Hello everybody, I am back with more on the dagger project. As you all know by now, this is where we started, and this was our last offering. A prototype in cardboard of a multi-tool scabbard. Rather than the German scabbard I was going for, this one is more like the Swiss versions, which is a lesson in itself. So let's see if we can get this fit in. So this is more or less what we had last time. Oh, you fell out, because you're not really a scabbard, you're more like a cutout for all of those accessory tools. But we are back with version 2. This one's a little uglier, but it works better. So we'll put the needle in this one. We'll put the knife in this one. I think already you can see how those nest in. We'll go ahead and put the dagger in so that you can get the full effect. And that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. We are starting to approach the silhouette of these 16th century, late 16th century German dagger scabbards, which were almost cylindrical, not quite, a conic section. We're getting there. So, changing the angle of how the accessory tools sit in the scabbard was a big deal. That changed, that pulled in the sides, it raised the height. The back, some of these were flat, some of these were round. That seemed to be a personal preference based on the maker, not necessarily a part of the scabbard style, part of the regional style. But they did not sit flat. This is not really flat, it's obviously rounded over. But the Swiss style was much more like this. But also the Swiss daggers tended to have much smaller accessory tools rather than the German ones. The German ones, while they may be slender, I think I said before in my last video that these accessory tools, oh, and you can see as you start to take them out, you can actually, well, maybe not this one, but the needle you can actually get out without having to draw the dagger. That's kind of interesting, of the effect of changing the placement on these. I don't know that that's going to persist when I make it in wood, wood and metal, but like you could maybe rattle these tools out and get them around the side ring, rather than having to draw the dagger so that you could draw the accessory tools and get at them. Not sure. We'll see. But as I said in my last video, these accessory tools are larger than, they are a copy, like down to the millimeter, of the perimeter of like what they're supposed to, of the example that I drew from. But that example was a bit larger than normal. They liked having normal size blades, but they could be narrow, especially narrow in the handle. So this is, I don't want to say it's a little big, because it's not. It's a reproduction. But the reproduction was, somebody was doing an expression of technical skill on how to get a usable tool into a tiny little form factor. Somebody did a lot of work to get that there. That means I have to do an awful lot of work myself to figure out what he did to make it myself. But we're making progress. I'm very pleased with where we are in this project now. Put these back in here. Pick it up again. I'm just so happy that this is, we're approaching the correct silhouette. Now, that does draw into question how much on the outside of this, can I put? There may be direct contact between the accessory tools and the metal chape or metal fittings of the scabbard. Like there, further down here, it's not so big a deal. Like I can dig into the, like you can see, like there's vertical space. I can dig down and put a covering over it. But up here, that covering may be very abbreviated. So, well, we'll see. This is a prototype. It's a prototype made of cardboard. There's a lot of, this will trend to thicker prototypes than what you would be left with in wood, or certainly in wood and metal. Something of note is this setback. This was kind of an unusual feature of the German scabbards. They had this throat, I suppose. Yeah, a cut-out throat for the scabbard, so that the knife, the dagger, was visually and physically separated from the accessory tools. And then usually around here there would be a decorative a roll. Oh shoot, what do you call that in armoring? Like a roped edge. Yeah, there would be a roped edge over where the accessory tools were set, leading me to think again, I'm going to have to go back to the sources and see how much space there was in between where these accessory tools rested and where that chape, I suppose. No, locket, not chape. Chape is down here. Locket up here. Where the locket started and stopped, and where these sat relative to it. Always more questions. Even when I get done, there will still always be more questions. I mean, these were the life's work of people who lived in the 16th century. It's a little bit naive to think that we can recreate their whole mastery just off of a couple of pictures. It's a lot of work, but I'm happy with how we're progressing. So, thank you all for listening. See you next time.